The Cardinals just pulled the oldest trick in the book on the Mariners, and if Jerry Dipoto takes the bait, we're going to spend all year trying to figure out why. Chain Bloom came out of the Cardinals winter event saying he wants the Brendan Donovan situation resolved by spring training. Sounds reasonable, right? Hold on, that's not a deadline. It's a trap, because look at what's happening here. The Cardinals don't need to trade Donovan right now. The guy's still got 2 years of arbitration control. They just shipped Arenado out, so they're not even in that much of a rush to clear space. But Bloom goes out there and drops this spring training line like it's some closing window. And suddenly teams like the Mariners start feeling this artificial now or never pressure. And that's exactly what St. Louis wants. Donovan makes a ton of sense for our team. Everybody here knows that. We need someone who can stabilize the infield, who's not an automatic hole in the lineup, who does the right things at the plate. He does that. He keeps innings alive, doesn't waste at-bats, and gives Julio and Cal more chances to shine. Perfect, right? The problem is the price, because there's a massive gap between what Donovan's worth and what the Cardinals are trying to charge. St. Louis treats this guy like he's a cornerstone piece. We, and any other interested team, look at him and see a really good complementary player. And that gap, that's the whole fight. If you follow this channel, you know we don't make excuses. We want the Mariners to win, but not at any cost. And this type of situation where the other side tries to create urgency out of thin air is exactly where smart teams get stupid. So here's my message to Jerry Dipoto. Decide what Donovan's worth to you, not what he's worth to Chain Bloom in his head. Set a limit and stick to that limit, because if we start negotiating against our own need, the price explodes, and then we hand over 3 good prospects for a guy who, yes, helps but doesn't turn this team into a champion. The Cardinals are betting someone's going to panic, that someone's going to look at the calendar, see spring training coming, and think, screw it, let's just get this done. But the truth? They can hold on to Donovan as long as they want. There's no real deadline here, just the deadline they're trying to create in our heads. And look, I get the temptation. We want to get better. We know this team is 1 or 2 pieces away from being truly competitive, but overpaying now might be worse than doing nothing. Because if we empty the farm system for a marginal upgrade, what's left for the next trade window? What's left for when that player who actually changes everything shows up? So yeah, Donovan makes sense, but only if the price makes sense too. And if St. Louis won't lower their expectations, the right move is simply to walk away. There are other second basemen on the market. There are other ways to improve the infield. None of them are perfect, but none of them are going to leave us with regrets in July when we look at what we gave up. The only real now or never here is this. Now is the time for the Mariners to hold firm, or they'll never stop making this same mistake. The mistake of letting someone else's urgency become our urgency. So let me ask you, would you pay the high price for Donovan? Do you think we need to make this move even if it means risking too much? Or would you rather Jerry hold his hand and wait for something better? Drop a comment below. I want to know what the fan base is really thinking.